Hi everybody and welcome to the paper review. Champions League time. Yes, it's the road to Wembley via Glasgow, Madrid, Donetsk and Valencia. Last time I fly Ryanair. So many top matches to report on. Where do we begin? Well, Madrid, that's where. And the game that you world were waiting for. A game that, according to Marca beforehand, came down to this classic duel. On the one hand, El Coco, the bogeyman, and his 5,000 friends, 1,000 of whom were without tickets. And on the other hand, Saint Ronaldo. It is your day, said Marca, across an extraordinary montage of 1,000 pictures of Ron. I wonder how they got into his bedroom to get that picture. Anyway, post-game, of course, it was all about Ron and his extraordinary leap for Real's equaliser. Here he is on the cover of Marca. It's all up in the air, they say. Good Madrid, though, deserved more from this match. And a similar angle for AS. United played like Italians, they say. It'll need heroics at Old Trafford. And there's Ron, not so much Evans above Evans. Experts reckon he hasn't jumped that high since he dropped his kecks and found half of Marca's editorial desk up there. Inside, all the Madrid press have plenty of love for De Gea. It was him versus Madrid, basically, says Marca, but not so much for manager Jose Mourinho. AS indeed complaining he set his team up to snatch and run, not win with honour. While in Marca, they underline Madrid's terrible record on corners and point out two worrying things. The first, that Madrid have never ever gone through after a 1-1 first leg in Europe. The second is that the Old Trafford game comes just days after two clashes with Barcelona, the 27th of April in the Cup and the 2nd of March in the League. And then, just 3 days later, it's away to United. So, by the 5th of March, their season could be over and Real could be facing a future with less mou than a Findus lasagna. Well, looking forward to that match. But meanwhile, what are the week's other big games? Well, there was, of course, Paris Saint-Germain winning at Valencia. Great result, says Le Parisien. First French team to win there. So often this ground, the cemetery of our hopes. And now all around Europe, the interest grows in Paris Saint-Germain. Well, the closing minutes, which saw the Spaniards pull one back and Ibra get sent off, have Valencian paper, Super Deport, say, we know, we can, and we will win in Paris. But say, L'Equipe, Paris Saint-Germain, were almost perfect. And, says the paper, we think they could do a Chelsea. Also in L'Equipe, the next day actually, much excitement over David Beckham's first training session with his new club. An event they celebrated thus, 3:10, un bonnet rouge appears. A Liberty cap, of course, as worn in Les Mis, being sported by David Beckham there, on trend as ever. What else? Well, there was Dortmund's Dusselding in Donetsk, to quote Bild, which roughly translates as Dortmund's fluke thing in Donetsk. Man, Dortmund, complains their rather ungenerous correspondent, you really made it tough on your fans, conceding two really stupid goals, and in the end, you only just got away with it. And the headline here saying, Hummels makes amends. Papers reckon that he was at fault for both Shakhtar goals, but in the end, he redeemed himself. Will they go through after that 2-2? Is the Pope German? Oh, hang on. Well, anyway, let's move on finally to Tuesday night's action at Parkhead. Celtic against Juventus, a game which showed that wrestling may be out of the Olympics, but it's alive and well in the Champions League. A 3-0 win this, of course, for Juventus. The Italians reckon this is a huge result, even if you don't. To sport, Europe is left open-mouthed at the Juve show. Corriere dello Sport. Go, go, go! What Juve, they say. It's a real achievement by the Black and Whites in Glasgow. We've got 1 foot in the quarter-finals. La Repubblica. Magnifica Signora, fantastic old lady, says the paper. She can go all the way. Chelsea, them again, became champions last season, says Maurizio Crosetti, and that was with an inferior side to Juve's. And Gazzetta agrees. Mama, what Juve? Mama, because it's Marchisio and Matri. This is a warning to Europe's big teams, says the paper. Beating Chelsea was one sign, the win at Shakhtar was another. And now it may be only halfway through this tie, but we're already in the quarter-finals. Yeah, 3-0 up at half-time. When did that ever go wrong for the Italians? Well, that's it for the papers and this week's Champions League action. I'll be back in a fortnight's time after taking a sneaky Friday off next time around. Hopefully, you'll be joining us then.